guys, what's up? It's Nikki and welcome back to my channel. This video will be about my experience at the Grammys, what went down, what was happening behind the scenes. And to be quite honest with you, I don't remember much of it. It was a very long evening. Everything was happening so fast. So I will share with you what I remember. Let's get started. The Grammys was on Sunday, this past Sunday, and like you guys saw with my struggle to find a dress the day before, or the few days before the show, I got this really long, pretty black dress, and it had like long sleeves, and I belted it at the waist, and it was just super pretty. I actually got a lot of compliments on it. Thank you, downtown LA. I was a seat filler this year, and this year, as if I've gone before. That was my first time at the Grammys. I've always wanted to go and attend. I have been a seat filler in the past. I think it's been about 10 years since I was. I used to do shows like the Kids' Choice Awards and the Teen Choice Awards. I remember this award show in particular because I was in love with the Jonas Brothers at the time, and I got to meet all three, but Nick was my favorite. And I just remember this one moment. I was standing by like the side, the stage door. Nick Jonas walks straight up to me, goes like this, and says hi, looks me in the eye, says hello, smiles. I will forever hold that moment in my heart. Like everything was in slow motion. Holy crap. Nick Jonas was walking towards me and shook my hand and said hello. He was like the nicest guy. At the same show, Zac Efron had passed by, and so I waved. I was like, hey Zac, and he was like, hey, and he also reached his hand out and he was like, how are you? And I was like, oh my god. And he's walking away and I didn't let go of his hand. And he's like, all right, sweetie, I gotta go. And I'm like, this was like his High School Musical days. So it's been a long time since I was a seat filler. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun if you're really into seeing favorite celebrities, seeing what goes on behind the scenes. If you guys don't know, I also I interview and I attend red carpets and stuff like that, and I interview at events, and so it might come off as ungrateful, but I hope it doesn't. I'm kind of used to seeing celebrities often, so the Grammys is obviously on like a larger scale than anything I've ever attended. Being there was really, really cool. I got to see people like Lady Gaga, BTS, Post Malone, Jennifer Lopez, Kylie Jenner was there with Travis Scott. I woke up pretty early that day. We were supposed to check in at 1, between 1 to 2:30. So I live fairly close to downtown LA. The Grammys were held at the Staples Center. It was raining that day, so I decided to leave my house earlier. And when I mean earlier, I mean an hour early, because for one, it's raining, and two, it's raining. People in Los Angeles don't really know how to drive when it's raining, so I decided to leave early. Got there at exactly 1. With all of the detours because a lot of the streets in LA were closed down because of the show. So you had to go through all these other side streets and stuff, plus the weather was not great. Leaving the house an hour early was smart of me to do. So anyways, I get there at 1, and there were already people checking in. We waited 2 hours. So when I got there at 1, we got checked in. We entered Staples around, I'd like to say 3:30. I'm glad we entered at that time because it was raining a lot while we were in line, so we were kind of just at the convention center. Like I said, I didn't want to have any expectations, so when we entered, we ended up sitting literally on the stage. You can see in this clip right here, we were sitting on the stage. When I got there, I was sitting in the front row. I don't know, I kind of get lucky with these kinds of things. First of all, I thought I was going to be late, and I was like number 40 something in the line. I was like, oh, I'm probably going to sit all the way in the back. Like, you know, it's fine. It's the Grammys. I don't care. Like, just being there was awesome. Okay, so basically, the Grammys stage is a stage, and it's split into two sections. So if we're looking out to the audience, I'm on the left side. So our side, if someone's performing on this side of the stage, the other one, the crew is working on for the next performance. So then they switch back and forth. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool to see, because every time I watched the Grammys, I always wondered, like, how do they have that set already for the next performer? I always thought it was like literally multiple stages, not all on one stage, so it's just like a small portion of the stage. Right before the show started, of course, I was on the lookout for BTS, and they walked in pretty late. Well, probably a minute till showtime. They walked in, and I wasn't even looking for them. I wasn't like, you know, eagle-eyed just looking through the audience. I kind of was on my phone. Oh, so we actually got to use our phone, thank goodness. So I got a few, that's why I got a few clips for you guys and pictures. But I was on my phone kind of checking for updates and stuff like that. And then right when I look up, I see 7 tall dudes walk into the venue. Mind you, this is the Staples Center. It's a huge venue here in LA. And you can just feel them. I don't know, it's weird. Like, you can just feel that they were walking in. I look up and I was like, oh my god, they're right there. And obviously you can't miss them. Jimin had pink hair and V had like mint green hair. They're just so beautiful. I forget how beautiful they are in person. If you've ever seen BTS in person, you guys know what I mean. They are literal angels. Like I said in the last one when I saw them at America's Got Talent, they are super tall, they're super skinny. Beautiful beings. I was a little bummed because there's 3 sections in where the artists are sitting, and they were kind of, they were sitting on the farthest section, so I wasn't close to them, and on our side we were kind of barricaded, so you couldn't go to the floor level. But it was fine because throughout the whole show I was just staring at them. I had like the perfect view to see them. So show starts, Alicia Keys comes out. Oh my god, I love Alicia Keys. I had never seen her before in person, and I've always been such a big fan, so to see her host the Grammys is pretty epic. The boys were sitting there throughout the whole show. They looked so grateful to be there. It's really difficult to explain. In a way, it kind of felt like I was watching a fan cam with my own eyes, but they were actually there. And yeah, it was just really, it was a proud moment to see them sitting in the audience. They were second and third row. They were separated. They were sitting right behind Miley Cyrus and her family. In that first row, it's the lady. I think she films all of their Bangtan moms because she had her camera and she was filming them the whole time. So hopefully a video will come out of their Grammy experience. So next to her was J-Hope, and then Jimin, and then V, and then behind them were JK, RM, Jin, and then Suga. I think the moment that was talked about a lot, and I didn't realize it was gonna go so viral, was Dolly Parton. It was her stage and she started singing Jolene with Miley, and I'm looking over at the boys and then I see Jungkook crying. First I see him dancing, right? He's getting lit, he's having fun, and then all of a sudden I see him go like this. And then I'm like, wait, is he crying? And then you see the boys in the front row turn around and they're like laughing at him. And I don't know, maybe it's either he really loves the song or he was just excited to be there and it hit him. That was the moment he was like, oh my god, I'm at the Grammys. I'm so glad I witnessed that in person. That was probably the highlight of my night, honestly. And like I said, I really don't remember much of the Grammys. Everything was happening so fast. The show was about 5, 6, 7, 4 hours long. Highlights were seeing BTS, Michelle Obama. Oh my god, like the entrance or the intro that Alicia Keys had. So she comes out and then J-Lo, Michelle Obama, Lady Gaga, and Jada Pinkett Smith walk out with her. Queens, absolute queens. It was so awesome to see that moment. Looking at RM, looking at him, look at Michelle Obama was the coolest thing ever. I honestly, I'm so sorry I didn't get much clips because I wanted to enjoy as well and see everything for myself. But seeing RM look at her in awe and amazement was the cutest thing because we all know how much of a fan he is of her husband. Lady Gaga, that woman, I adore her so much. She was probably the only celebrity on our side of the stage who interacted with the audience. Like, she was the nicest one. While she was getting ready for her performance, our side of the stage is hyping her up. We're like, Gaga, we love you. The girl sitting next to me was a huge Lady Gaga fan, like huge. And every time she would look over at us, she would cry. And so I felt that. She also had one of the best performances of the night, in my opinion. After her performance, she thanked every single person that was on her crew, every single crew member that set up her stage. She's amazing. She really is an angel. The night goes on, and then J-Lo performed. She killed it. Right after J-Lo's performance, BTS comes onto the stage.
Congratulations to her!
Being in the audience at that moment made me so proud to be a fan of theirs. It made me so proud to be Asian, and just to see that representation on such a global stage and seeing them just handle it flawlessly. And I know that when they said, and the Grammy goes to, they didn't say it all at the same time, and I know that they trolled themselves afterwards with their live, but they did such an awesome job. From the minute they got there, like on the red carpet, they looked like, I saw pictures of it, like they looked like absolute kings. I haven't seen any of the interviews that they did at the Grammys, but I've seen like snippets of it, and the minute they got there, to the interviews, to the way they carried themselves watching the show, to them presenting, the whole time of them at the Grammys, it was so cool to see. But yeah, the Grammys. I hope to attend again in the future, maybe next year, who knows. I was actually on Facebook a few days ago, and they have this thing where it brings back memories. I think it's called On This Day. Back in 2011, I posted on Facebook, I was like, I want to go to the Grammys one day. And here I am, 2019, attending. I'm very honored, very grateful to have been there and attended. So yeah, that was my Grammys experience.
I promise this will be the last time I talk about the Grammys.
I'm very excited for the next video. It is going to be a haul. Stay tuned, please look forward to that. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Don't wait, down.